Good morning. Today is Friday already, and that means that it is Expitality time, the experience of hospitality, because the experience of hospitality transforms the world. I just want to be a different version of myself. This is what my friend said to me when we had dinner last night. I just want to experience myself as different than myself, like a better version of myself. You know, we hear this all the time. And this is what she shared with me when I asked her, why have you been traveling all over the place alone? She's been on this amazing journey of traveling the world alone and staying in some incredible places and some not so incredible places. But when I heard her talking like this, I just want to experience myself differently. Kind of myself, but like a different version or a better version. And I feel like I can do that in different places. And again, that confirms what I believe to be the fact, which is that people are not inspired by what they know to be accurate, but they are inspired by what they believe can be possible for them. And this is exactly the journey that she's been on. And the reason I bring this up today is that every single person that steps a foot onto your property is wanting probably something really similar. They want to experience, they brought themselves there. That's who they are. They know who they are and what is actually accurate, but they want something more, right? Isn't that kind of the theme of America? Wait, there's more. What is it? A new place, a novel accommodation, a new restaurant, a new concept, a new opportunity, a new experience. We want more, and we want to know who we are as more. So every person is looking for something much bigger than you think, and you have no idea what's going on in their lives, and it's usually something crazy, or it's just some emotion that they can't quite kick, or something in their world that they can't control. And they're showing up asking you to show them the way to create that hero's journey story for them, right? To create an opportunity for them to experience themselves differently. They might even want a transformation. They might believe that if they come to you, they can know themselves as something bigger and better than they have known themselves up until this point. And when you think of it that way, the power that you have to make a difference in people's lives, it becomes extraordinarily overwhelming. So the way to make that really work actually comes down to just the very simple things, right? The other thing I was thinking about when you're going to these accommodations, because I was asking her, well, tell me about all the places you've stayed. And she stayed in some extraordinary luxury places, hotels, and then boutique hotels, and then some not so great Airbnbs and some surprisingly wonderful Airbnbs. But when you think about from an operator perspective or a property owner, regardless of what it is, and you invest in this accommodation, right? I was thinking about when I bought my first house many, many years ago, and we were looking in a very expensive upscale neighborhood, but we couldn't afford anything there. And it was just west of, or I'm sorry, just east of Cherry Creek in the Denver area. And so we were stretching and stretching, because the more you look, the more you think, I have to have what's better, right? You look at good, better, best. This is what I can afford, and you're pushing your budget. And I remember the realtor saying, you don't want to be house poor. Like, you don't want this beautiful home that you can't go out or you can't afford furniture for. And I see this too happening in glamping, in camping, in RV resorts, in outdoor hospitality, where people will invest like in the accommodation. They think, okay, we need the very best one, and then we need to cram in as many of those as we can, rather than pulling back and saying, okay, what do I want my guests to experience in this environment? And how can I create the environment and allow the accommodation to just be a portion of that experience? So, the accommodation, the thing we always talk about, the deck, the outdoor experience, blending the outdoor with the indoor, the furnishings, how can you create a beautiful, magical experience within the accommodation instead of just saying it's just about the walls and the finishes, and it's actually everything. So less is more is too much. You can create more of an experience with less and going with quality. I mean, it's kind of a basic concept in life, right? Yeah. So have a beautiful, extraordinary, I keep using that word, but yeah, create something that is extra beyond ordinary. And I think we're coming up to the last weekend in July. It's crazy. Go out there and do something for somebody else to help them see what is possible for them. And that will lift you up as well. Have a beautiful weekend and read something and get outside.